Hi once again. Yes, 10 o'clock sharp. Yay, the moon we've been waiting for. So welcome to WorldVentures One Big Team International Team Call. I'm Elaine. I'm hosting tonight. I'm not the speaker, but I'm extremely honored and excited to host our speaker later this in a couple of minutes time. So as you're sharing with us where you're from, let me go through a couple of things that's going to be helpful. Hang on. Technical issue. Give me a second. Okay. So some housekeeping. Every Monday night we have Social Proof 30 minutes. We're going to get someone that's really powerful, that's been in WorldVentures for a while, that has an amazing story, some tips so that everyone that's on the call has a chance at success, right? Because success is available to every single one of us. It's just how we're getting it, how we're getting the tips, how we're going to move forward. So it's exciting, and to get to know other people from across the world and to hear their stories. Some of these stories have impacted me so much that I just wish that everybody I knew could hear from them. Cool. And we have a resources website. Get to that, onebigteaminternational.com. Remember to add your team to the Facebook group. Subscribe to the One Big Team TV YouTube channel. And of course, please download your Dream Trips app so that you can use our DTL, our Dream Trips local, go crazy, eat your way to your next vacation, etc. And of course, go for your welcome dream trip within the 90 days of your sign up. So all calls and webinars are recorded and archived. So do let your team know if they can't get on tonight. Very soon, in a couple of weeks, they will be able to see Mel's call online. So cool. Yes. NMD Melanie Levitz, she's on call right now. We are really excited. We were supposed to have her 2 weeks ago, but she realized she was on a flight. So she's a 100K annual earner. She's our WorldVentures international trainer. So to have her on right now for half an hour with us, it's truly going to be amazing. And at this point, I just want to give a shout out to Liana. Liana, are you there? Thank you. Thank you for connecting us to Mel so that we can have her on today's call. Really appreciate it. So we all work as a team. Whoever we know that we feel is going to be useful for everyone to hear from, let's connect them so that all of us can benefit. So back to Mel. She's an ex-US Air Force for 12 years. That's a long time. That's more than a decade. She managed to replace the Air Force income in 1.5 years. That's truly something that's worthy of respect as well. And she retired early from active duty by 8 years. Some of us, if we can even retire a year or two earlier, we're already celebrating. So 8 years. And now she continues to serve her country in the reserve. So Mel, can we have you online? Hey
everybody, what's going on?
Hey, thank you. I know it's really early in the morning. You're looking beautiful, so you don't look. I hope you didn't stay up the entire night to be on this call and you actually woke up early. Thank you. Great, thank you so much. And can I just say, when I first saw you, I don't feel like you look like someone from the Air Force.
Oh, thank you so much.
You look more like a beauty queen.
Oh, thank you, Elaine. You're so
yes.
sweet.
Yeah, so we are really excited this evening because a lot of us have been telling our team, hey, you need to come on this call. You need to hear from this lady. So we would love to hear your story. How did you get involved in WorldVentures? Who was your sponsor? What was it that clicked for you? Tell us a little bit of your background story.
Okay, for sure. Well, first of all, congratulations. Thanks for hopping on so late, and me so early. I see people are from Singapore, Indonesia, Switzerland, Malaysia. I mean, you guys are really just taking over. And I can tell you, as an American, we definitely look up to a lot of the Asian culture and how you guys are building your business. So we applaud you. Thank you so much. But I saw WorldVentures almost 7 years ago in June. And while I was in the military, an acquaintance of mine in the Air Force, Sam Kirby, he's in Vegas now.
Oh.
And he's a marketing director today. But he showed me this idea, and he just simply said, go online, watch a video, and tell me what you like about it. And I fell in love with it immediately. I couldn't sleep that night. I watched YouTube videos. I mean, we didn't have the tools that we have today, so I had to go look it up myself. And my friend came over the next day, and he got me on the phone with my mentors now today. They were at the time I was in Louisiana in the States, and my mentors lived in Washington. I don't know if you guys know. Boyko. He's a pretty big deal in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
And they did a 3-way call, and they answered any of my questions I had. And when they asked me, "Are you ready to get started?" I said, "Yeah, I was ready to get started last night." But
That is so cool.
And my first goal was to get my floor, to get my monthly fees waived. And I did that in my first month and never paid a monthly fee. And just 2 months later, I went to my first big event, boot camp.
Wow.
It was in Vegas. And I wasn't going to go, honestly. I had a week's notice. My sponsor, my friend, was going on his first dream trip. And I never had met my mentors in Washington. So I wasn't going to go to Las Vegas single, by myself. And I realized that, what I wanted out of the business was to meet successful entrepreneurs, because my history, my life, I kind of learned what not to do growing up. And I watched my mom go through a drug addiction, and that's why I joined the military. So it was really my only option in life. And for once I thought, well, maybe I can learn from these people and figure out what I want to do. I didn't think it was going to be WorldVentures. I didn't get started, and I didn't say to myself, I'm going to retire from the military 8 years early. I'm going to, make 6 figures. I didn't think like that at all. I just knew that I wanted to travel, and I was going to get my fees waived, and I may make a couple $100s here and there. Well, after my very first event that I went to, I saw for the first time that, there was vision, there was hope, where someone like me that grew up on food stamps and welfare in the United States off the government, that I could actually build this business. And I didn't realize that it was possible for me until I saw other people walk stage and share their story of success. And I just continued to build the business. And I went on my first dream trip to Marival Residence. If you've never been there, it's amazing. It's like a
cool. Okay, bucket list now.
Condo. Okay, so and then I just started really building the business and got really focused in on it. And in a year and a half, I replaced my income when I started treating it more consistently like a business.
Wow.
And from then on, 3 years it took me to hit national marketing director.
3 years. Wow. Absolutely. Yeah. Salute. So, you've been in the military for 12 years, right? Do you feel that anything you learned in the military helped you in this business? Did you have to unlearn anything, or what could you bring over that really, really helped you that you can share with us, that if we lack today, we can apply?
Yeah, for sure. I could tell you what helped me a lot was leadership, communication skills, learning how to deal with people.
Okay.
And I would say the biggest thing is leadership. I learned a lot in the military to take charge and direct people. And here, being a military organization, a lot of people on my team are military. When you tell them, like, pick up the phone, go make a call, they do it. They don't ask questions.
Super.
But, that's not everyone, though, right? We can't get everyone to do that. I wish we could, but it's most people have that military bearing and that respect for each other.
Yeah, that's really nice. So I'm pretty sure that not your entire team is made up of military people. No. Then did you have to switch any of your mindset or your style of leadership to work with those who are not from the military? And what are those? Like, what tips do you have for us?
Yeah, I can tell you the best thing about network marketing is the people. And the worst thing about network marketing is the people.
Yay! Tell me about it.
Yeah. The colors test is super important. If you've never taken it, go to markacetta.com and take your personality test. And it's not just for you to understand who you are, but it's for you to understand how you should talk to people. When I was building this business, I was very red at the time. That's hard, driven and win at all costs. And I was working with people that were yellow, which is very caring and loving, and they want to help people. And when I was talking to them in a red tone, they were not reacting. And matter of fact, they would call my mentors and complain. And then just recently, one of them, they're like, Melanie, I just can't understand, how do I deal with my team? And I was like, you know what? We help them. And that's what makes our team so much stronger, is because we get past that we become really great friends. We have a really great culture. Wow. And I told her, I couldn't stand you when, at that time. Look at you now. You're a marketing director. She's one of my top. She's literally the top female on my team. So
wow. That is so cool. And earlier on, I heard you say that when you joined 7 years ago, you didn't have the tools that we have today. But often when we meet people, sometimes they say, oh, you know what? It's been 11 years you've been in the market. There is no more opportunity for me. Or if you tell, like in Asia, we tell them, oh, we've been here for a couple of years already. We're going to start in a new market. And then they say that, oh, but it's too new. Wait till it's more established before I come on board. So how do you deal with that? Can you share with us exactly why you feel, if you feel this is the best time, or 7 years ago was the best time, or 7 years later is the best time? What are your thoughts on this?
There's so much changes that have happened since I even got started, and I couldn't imagine getting started in the first year, 2 years. They had like one dream trip or 30 the first year, and it was sold out like instantly. And the technology, the websites, they're not where they're at today. And I could tell you, there's still plenty of time. We're sitting in a hotel, and this lady, she was helping me with my internet, and she's like, she saw my "You should be here" sign, and she's like, oh, I just got started a week ago. So I wouldn't wait any longer to build this, because it's getting out, and the company is going to be, a name that people are going to know. It's going to be a household name. And it's just a matter of you being the pioneer and kicking off that first domino that's going to create a multiple, effect.
True. So the best time is now, isn't it? Not yesterday, not tomorrow. The best time is now. That's true. That's true. And I'm really curious, right? Like, because you're in the military, I'm pretty sure your time and your schedule was really tight. How did you manage in the 1.5 years? Did you stop? Leave the military in 1.5 years, or did you carry on a little bit later, or it was only a couple of years later? Because a lot of us are doing it on a part-time basis or even spare time. And some of the members will feel really overwhelmed. What is your best advice to them? Because you come from such a strict environment. What is your best advice to anyone working on this on a part-time or spare time basis?
Well, first I would just say, consistency is key to success. And in order to become successful, you just need to continue doing it over and over and over again. And if you think about what we do for a living, like, we show people how to vacation for less.
Yes.
It's very simple, right? But also the most simplest thing to do is also very simple not to do. And for 20 months, a lot of people don't know this, but for 20 months, I had to learn personal development. I had to learn network marketing. I never missed a training event unless I was deployed with the military. And after 20 months, and I went to a big event, is when my light bulb switched on. And I ran straight from there. And it took me, 22 months in the company to hit senior rep.
Wow.
But it was just because I just started staying consistent. I started playing games with myself. I would count, silver BMWs that day around, and I would, count again the next day to figure out, to try to beat my last score. I would put rocks in my pocket, and I would put 2 in my pocket, and it would remind me, okay, I can't take these rocks out of my pocket until I show it 2 people. So just playing little games like that with yourself, it helps you stay accountable. People have been taking marbles and putting 2 cups and putting 1 cup, with marbles full, and taking 1 cup and putting it in the other cup when they showed somebody. So if you want to show 30 people, you would have this full of 30 marbles and switch it over every time you showed somebody. So it's just it's the consistency that really is the key.
Wow, that's so cool. I love the games. I'm a blue. Can you tell? Yay! Oh no, 2 blues on the call. Yeah. So, I love the games. That's a really, really great idea. So would you say when you're focused on activities, then you will let the results take care of itself? Or would you push for the results as well? Because sometimes when we go through a lull, we feel like we've been showing everyone and every answer is a no. How do you overcome that in terms of motivation? How do you motivate yourself? And have you gone through lull periods like this when you just want to tear your hair out? And how do you cope with that?
Yeah, those are great questions. Usually when I'm, aggravated and I'm down, and I'll just reach out to my team or someone on my, my mentors, and just have a chat with them. And if I don't hear the right answer, I'll call another mentor. And usually they tell me the same answer. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, it's just a matter of staying around the campfire, It's this is where you get your energy. This is where we laugh and we cry, And it's about helping each other. And I would say just the team, the culture, I mean, that's the most important. You know, I have fun with my team. We build together, we have barbecues, and we play hard together. So
barbecues, you speak my language.
Yeah.
No, that's really, really nice. And you mentioned the campfire. Do you, because US is so big, and sometimes when we're trying to build globally, everybody feels so far away. How close does the campfire need to be? Can it be online? Some people have asked me before, does it have to be face-to-face, belly-to-belly? What is a campfire, and how often? What is your best advice to those of us who sometimes feel stuck, like I'm a stay-home mom? There are days when I feel like my kids just won't leave me alone. And I feel chained to the house, or anybody else who has something else that they feel a little bit overwhelmed or chained to. How do we continue to stay near the campfire?
Well, we have our team calls like you guys have right now. You know, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. I mean, I'm in New Orleans right now, and you guys are all over the globe. And I'm sure that you're excited. You know, I'm excited talking to you guys. And this was a big deal for me to be asked to talk to you guys, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. But it doesn't matter where you are in the world. I mean, technology today, I mean, is crazy, right?
Yes.
I have people in deployed location building the business. It's just a matter of you deciding that this is what you want and figuring out what your why is that's going to push you strong enough to go get it. You know, having the desire that you want more in life. And when you stick around the campfire, that just simply means that you're getting on the team calls, you're going to the events, you're showing up for travel parties, you know, you're doing your own parties. That's staying around the campfire. And the more you stay around the campfire, guess what happens? You become a fire, right?
Yeah.
And your fire ignites, and guess what happens with that fire? It lights a lot of other fires because they're excited to see that you got out of the military, that you're making six figures, that you're walking stage for NMD, that you've gone to Guatemala, that you're taking trips all over the world. That's the lifestyle they want to see. So if you're staying stuck at senior rep or director and you're not moving forward, well, guess what? Your team's not going to believe that it works because they see that you're stuck. So you have to be that fire to pick up and move forward so your team can believe in themselves because they see that you're doing it.
Wow, I love that. We have to pick ourselves up and move forward so that our team can believe in themselves, not in us. I think that's the best social proof that this really works. Whenever we break ranks or whenever somebody hits something, a certain milestone, it excites everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talking about excitement, the last time when I spoke to you, you know, and I've heard a lot, people say you set your team on fire. How do you do that? Like all of us, sometimes we realize, I wish my team was more on fire. You know, since we're talking about campfire, how do you set them on fire?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, there's really just two things to really get good at. And that's one, inviting. When you figure out how to invite, they have an acronym. It's IC. It's invite, share, enroll, and educate. And if you just continue to do that over and over again, what's going to happen is you're going to find other people that want to do the same thing. And when you stick together and you run together, it becomes a lot of fun. And the second thing to get good at is promoting. You know, the most important thing is to get people to the events. And how you do that is the most valuable, because literally by you sharing your story, by you sharing, you know, what happens at the events, you know, how it can impact their lives is not important until you figure out what their why is. Because once you know their why and you remind them, hey, didn't you want this in your life? Well, guess what? You need to learn how to build it. And the only way to learn how to do that is to go to training. So when my team started believing in themselves and in the company, it was because they went to the training events. It's because they saw, you know, the Asian market blowing it up.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it's just that the trainings are so important. You know, you became successful today where you are because you got trained on how to get there. So if you want to be successful with WorldVentures, you need to get trained at the training events.
What do you say to people who say, yeah, I'll go when I can because I have this, I have that? Do you call those excuses, or do you give them that space to have their reason and trust them as adults and that they will eventually come to some training?
I don't buy excuses. I've had people on my team miss their best friend's wedding.
Wow. Okay.
To the event. And you know what? And he was really, it was his decision. I actually didn't convince him at all. It was his decision to do that. And I looked at him, I was like, wow, I'm really impressed with you. And you know what? One day your friend may not understand right now because he was really hurt inside. His friend really gave him a hard time about it. But I looked at him and I was like, you know what? One day you're going to be able to buy your friend another wedding, you know, and say, look, I missed your last wedding, but we're going to have your own wedding that I'm going to pay for. How cool is that? And he's like, wow, that's really cool. He saw the vision that he could do that. And that's what we just keep doing with each other. We just keep casting each other's vision.
Okay, I didn't warn you before this, but can we just do a quick role play just so that people know and they can learn a few tips from you? So assuming I'm a brand new member that just signed up, how would you
what personality should I be? Should I be me? Red?
Okay, let me think. I'm a yellow, okay? I just want to save the world, and I don't want to push myself. I don't want to get uncomfortable. I'm a yellow. So That's it. I just signed up. Say, thank you, Mel. Yes, thank you. Where do I go from here?
Awesome, Elaine. I'm really glad that you loved it. What was your most favorite part?
I really liked the foundation part. I thought was really great to be able to go on volunteers and help these children. That's wonderful.
I know, it's pretty awesome. I actually been there twice with James Lee for the 50th Bottle School.
Wow.
And it's an amazing experience. You know, Elaine, when you go there, you feel like you're giving back, but you really leave a different person, and that's priceless. Like, you can't put a price on that. And I don't know about any other company that is building this and having, you know, volunteerism trips like we do. So do you want to be a gold member or a platinum member?
I think a gold member will do for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Most people join gold and they upgrade later on. So we'll get you started with gold. Welcome to the team.
Yay, thank you. So what do I do from here?
We'll have you fill out this application, and then I'll get you started in the system, and then we'll go from there. And if you want to share this idea with your friends, you can actually make some extra income with it and earn some dream trip points to get you on that Guatemala trip.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so I assume I don't have to attend any training, and you will train me yourself?
Yeah, because are you wanting to do the business, or you just want to be a member in the travel club?
I don't mind doing the business if I can accidentally earn some money. Yeah, why not, but I'm not big on that.
Well, write down 5 names right now that you love, that loves to help people, right? Who are 5 people that like to have fun? Who are 5 people that you know that are athletic or business entrepreneurs? Write those names down right now, and we'll call them and we'll just share this idea with them. And who knows, maybe they'll go on vacation with you.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks, Mel. You rock. And I just learned something. I noticed that if the person didn't mention that they want to make big money, they want to earn money, you may not necessarily drive it that way. Wow, that's so cool. Okay. So
if they tell me they want to make big money, then I'll sit down with them and I'll ask them, well, how much do you want to make and when do you want to make that?
Cool. Okay. So you really, really use the colors and go with what they want and give them what they want. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. In the past, I've sometimes made the mistake of saying, one size fits all. I don't care. You need to make the money, whatever you want, you need the money. So that's really cool. Okay. It scares a lot
of people. I don't know why. It doesn't scare us because we see it, but it will scare some people. And when you don't push it on them, the right ones will come, and those are not the ones that you have to beg to go to training events.
Okay. So along the way, as they're building it, then you may introduce the training if you see that they've gotten a little bit more interested in the business portion.
If I see, yes, they're interested in the business portion, I'll push the events towards them. Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay. So
I will tell you this. I only enrolled 2 members only out of 152. So I always get people to join the business.
Me too, because what if they accidentally earn money, right? Why not? Yes.
We're just so passionate about it, and we know how it's helped so many people. So we want to help as many people as we can as well.
That's so cool. Okay, having said that, right, like back to the Campfire thing and promoting for events, do you have a standard script that you use to bring people to events, or do you also go by colors?
I just am myself. every person I invite is going to be a little bit different. You know, you could use the 4-step invite, but I think the key is just being yourself. I remember going to an event with Scott Ross, and you know, this guy, after he trained on inviting, this guy came up to him and said, you know, Scott, I don't know if I could do this. I'm going to have to quit. And Scott was like, what do you mean? I just showed you how to invite. You have all the tools. He's like, yeah, but I don't drink beer.
What?
He's like, yeah, you said we had to go take him out for beer. I'm like, so he's like, no, dude, you can, you know, take him for coffee or water. It doesn't have to be beer. He's like, oh, really? Okay.
Oh my goodness. It's hilarious. Okay, what is in your own journey, what is the one funniest thing or the most exciting moment that you've ever had that when you think back, you know that was a defining moment for you?
The defining moment or the most exciting moment? I would say the most exciting moment was like 2-3 weeks ago. And it was when a girl on my team, I don't know if you guys saw the Drive to a Billion contest.
Yeah.
She won the I-8, a girl on my team. And I was crying.
Oh my goodness.
For excitement for her. I was so happy. Like, I was so overwhelmed. I was crying, bawling, and my phone, I was trying to record her, and my phone is shaking. I had to hand the phone over to someone else. I'm like, I can't even hold the phone. So that was the most exciting. And then the other one was what?
Defining moment and the exciting moment.
My defining moment is when WorldVentures, you know, came inside me. You know, I remember one time a lady at corporate office, she's like, girl, you done drank the Kool-Aid. And I said, no, I pee Kool-Aid.
That's so cool.
You know, you join the company, but there's 2 dates, you know, when you join and then really when WorldVentures gets in you. And I remember the day it was at a big event, it was called Momentum, is when they announced the lifestyle bonus for the first time. It would be the Bmw bonus.
Wow.
And they had 4 people on stage, and they had all these, you know, lights and lasers and fog machines, and we didn't know what they won. And it was so funny. They hyped it up, and next thing we know, they all won a car. And they put they put 200 people's names up on the screen, and mine wasn't on there. I was mad, super mad. And that was when I decided that never again are they going to come out with a new promotion and I'm not going to get recognized for it.
Wow. I can sense your red coming out of your blue, but actually you're a closet yellow.
I always say I'm purple yellow. Red and blue is purple.
Where's your green? Do you have some green as well?
I actually do. I live off my calendar. I stay very organized with stuff like that. I kind of am a little OCD at home. Obsessive compulsive disorder. I actually put in alphabetical order. It's CDO now. But there's areas in my life where I'm very not analytical. Actually, a friend discovered the other day that I'm green to my blue, meaning I'm an organized partier.
Oh my goodness. You're a chameleon or a rainbow. You can't decide what you want to be and you're everything.
Yeah.
But that's so cool. I guess that makes it a little bit easier for you when you talk to different colors as well. I'm just going to explain Kool-Aid because to drink the Kool-Aid is not a very common term where we are.
Yeah. But
when Mel says to drink the Kool-Aid means we're all in. That means we eat, drink, and breathe whatever that campaign or whatever the item is. And I love that. For me as well, when I first came on board, I was very half-hearted about this. Was like, I just wanted to get my 4. And if it works, yeah, sure, okay, why not? However, when I went to my first, I think it was Momentum as well, and I saw Wayne Nugent, and when he spoke, that's it. It clicked for me. I said, this is it. This is so cool. And to be able to meet people like yourself, so many other inspiring people, it's really, really amazing. I wish I had a lot more time with you. Yeah. You know, a lot of them are PMing me and saying, can you ask more? Can you do this? Can you do that? Really, thank you, Mel. Thank you so much. You've been amazing. The stories you tell. Angelica said you should write a book of stories.
I saw that. I was just looking at that. I love her. So awesome. Actually, I was in Guatemala with her as well.
Oh, you were?
And her husband. It was such an amazing experience. And that's what's so cool about our company is
yes.
like, we all work really hard together, but we all also build relationships. No other companies like that. You know, we work and we go on together.
I know, right?
Become a really tight family.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure I meet you on some dream trip somewhere or at some training. I'm gonna connect with you. Yeah, thank you. You've been so inspiring.
And I'll see you at United in
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yes, I need to get there, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
but so thank you so much for sharing really from your heart today. You know, you've really not held anything back, and that's really a blessing for us.
Aw.
A lot of us have been waiting for this call because we just wanted to meet you. And when we put out a poster, everyone's like, oh, we love her. We love her. So many people know about you already, you know? So thank you, Mel.
I
Thank you
actually
so
did the
much.
video. This the WorldVentures Foundation video with the bottle school.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
really cool.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
can see all there.
Yes, super, super. Thank you so much, Mel. We wish you a good night's sleep. Maybe you'll go back to bed now. Are you gonna start the day of partying?
That's the life you get to live when you don't have a job anymore.
I know, right? So thank you so much.
Bye.
Yes, and before we get off the line, as Mel has been saying a lot about the campfire, just one last thing. Calm. Okay, so for our next campfire, a major campfires acceleration, just in less than a month's time, it's going to be in Singapore. For those of us who are in Singapore, great. For those of us who are around Asia, please come. You need to come. It's acceleration. Never been done before in Asia. In fact, the only time we have access to acceleration training is via the CD that we always buy at major training. So a lot of the tickets are sold out, but speak to your leader, speak to your working sponsor, because I'm pretty sure we can find one or two somewhere, somehow for you. So do not miss it. Like what Mel has said, and every leader I've met, they say training is critical if we want to build this business. So see you at the celebration, and most importantly, see you next Monday again. See you, and thank you, Mel. If you're still on the line, thank you so much. Good night.
Good night. Bye, everybody.